Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today I'm going to show you the teams that I use against Quicksilver, who's an absolute nightmare. So let's jump into him and let's take a look at what we got going on here. So stage 40 is the highest I can go right now, but these are the teams that I use. I use Namor, Red She-Hulk, and Werewolf. And a common theme you're going to see amongst all these teams is that all of my damage dealing characters are combat types. I do that because they're going to have the type advantage against Quicksilver because he's a speed type. Another thing that you're going to see common amongst all of these characters is that they all have ignore iframe on their tier 3. Quicksilver likes to go in tier 3s, or not tier 3, but he likes to go in iframe constantly. So having tier 3s that ignore iframe is actually very, very powerful because Quicksilver can't get away. You're not going to miss usually. And they all have super armor. Now for the first team here, we're going to be using Red She-Hulk for her leadership. She's going to be buffing Namor, giving him that 65% fire damage and giving him 25% increase of HP and another 30% increase of HP from her passive, which is really great for Namor because he doesn't have immunity, he doesn't have invincibility on his regular skills. On his tier 3 he has invincibility, but he doesn't have anything in his regular skills. So even though he does have super armor, he's not going to get guard broken for most of the fight. He still is going to take a lot of damage. So having that extra HP is really going to help him. I have Werewolf because he gives that 30% critical damage bump, and that's going to max out Namor's critical damage. And Werewolf also offers 20% guaranteed critical rate, which is going to synergize with the CTP of Rage that I have on Namor to help proc that Rage more often. For the Strikers, we're going to be using 4 Ignore Dodge Strikers because Namor does not have any Ignore Dodge in his skills or his passive. So only in his tier 3, but you want to be able to run through his skills and deal damage. You don't want Quicksilver dodging them. And then I got Nimrod in here for decreased damage received by 10% and applying all defense down. Now for the next team, we're using Mr. Fantastic. And we're using Mr. Fantastic because he is fantastic. We got Ben Grimm on the team because he offers 40% all attack. We got Mystique on the team to add damage to superheroes. And Mr. Fantastic's wonderful, again, because he's combat, because he has Ignore Iframe on his tier 3, and he also has Ignore Dodge on his 5th skill, which means you don't need as much Ignore Dodge. Now, I have a CTP of energy on my Mr. Fantastic, so I'm running with heal because Mr. Fantastic does have a heal in his kit. He can take quite a bit of damage, so it's good to have that heal in there. We have 1 Ignore Dodge Striker because that's all we need to get enough Ignore Dodge to do so Quicksilver isn't dodging our attacks. And then I got Silver Surfer and Thanos for damage dealt to superheroes, and I have Nimrod for some all defense down and decreased damage received by 10%, which is really going to help Mr. Fantastic. Lots of damage, but his survivability can be a bit of an issue, especially against Quicksilver. For our third team, we're using Apocalypse. Apocalypse is absolutely amazing because he has 50% Ignore Dodge in his passive. He's a combat type. He has Ignore Iframe on his tier 3. He has Mind Control on his 4th skill. He's an absolute beast against Quicksilver. That Mind Control is wonderful. You hit that 4th skill, lock Quicksilver down, and boom. Now, Quicksilver can dodge. He can go in an Iframe and you can miss, but Apocalypse just, man, he's a damage dealing monster against this dude. I'm using She-Hulk's leadership for that 65% damage dealt to male types, which is a better leadership than Apocalypse. And then I'm using Ulysses' Claw for that 30% critical damage that he offers. And I'm doing that because Apocalypse has a CTP of Judgment, so he doesn't have, his critical damage isn't maxed out. For the Strikers, I'm using, again, all defense down and decreased damage received by 10%. I'm using 2 Strikers that offer damage dealt to superheroes, and then I'm using 2 Ignore Dodge Strikers to give us, as long as you have, about 80% Ignore Dodge, you're good to go. We're going to have 70% Ignore Dodge, which is enough. You can get away with that. 60 to 80 is enough. Now for this next team, it's Wolverine. I know some people might be surprised by this, but Wolverine's actually very good. He has Ignore Iframe on his tier 3. He's a combat type, of course. And his fourth skill actually has ignore dodge on it. You do not need any ignore dodge strikers when you're playing with Wolverine, which is really nice against Quicksilver because you can put some damage to superhero strikers in there or some physical attack strikers in there to buff up Wolverine, which is really nice. Plus Wolverine has the heal, he has super armor, he's just a great character for this. We're using Beast for that 50% increase of physical attack, and then we're using Taskmaster because he offers damage out to superheroes, plus Taskmaster is going to be giving Wolverine skill damage, which is making Wolverine even stronger than when he normally would be. Great synergy team right here. Now as far as the strikers for this team, we're going to be using these damage dealt to superheroes and see if we can use more of them because Wolverine just has all that native ignore dodge on his fourth skill. And then we're going to use, again, Nimrod because of the all defense down and a decreased damage received by 10%. Now these are the teams that I use, the strikers that I use. Doesn't mean you have to use the same thing, but this is what I like to go by. And then last but not least, Hulk. That's right, we're going to use Hulk. He's absolutely amazing for Quicksilver. Because again, super armor, he has ignore iframe on his tier 3, he has ignore iframe on his third skill, he's an absolute monster against Quicksilver, has a damage immunity, he's just a beast. We have Red Guardian for the 35% increase of HP, that's going to buff up Hulk big time. And then we have Abomination for the damage dealt to superheroes, and the 20% increase to chain hit damage. So as far as the strikers for Hulk, we do need 4 ignore dodge strikers because my Hulk has a CTP of rage. He has no ignore dodge in his skills, and that's where he does all of his damage. And then, of course, we got Nimrod with the all defense down and the decreased damage received by 10%. Now, something to note here. Well, I don't know why I went back here. I don't know why I did that. Let's go back in here. I just need to switch this over here. Something to note here is some of you guys might not have all of these characters. Red Skull, I say, is a good possibility. Ghost Rider, a good possibility. But maybe you don't have the Silver Surfer uniform. Maybe you don't have the Thanos uniform. Just give, like, physical attacking strikers instead of the damage dealt to superheroes. All these characters are physical attack. So you could just put in, 2 of these strikers instead of having 2 of these. Or 4 of these strikers instead of having 4 of these. And as far as the all defense down, really it's going to help at the very beginning, but not much because my resist level is so low. So you don't really need this. You could just add another striker that offers extra physical damage, a striker that has damage to superheroes. You really don't need the all defense down, to be perfectly honest. So let's jump out of here and we'll start with Namor here. Let's do it. Give him his right strikers. Let's come in here. Now Namor, you could actually give him some heals. That would actually help him quite a bit. Okay, we got Frozen there. Come on. And then we're going to hit that tier 3. And when you hit that tier 3, I mean, look at this. Quicksilver cannot escape this thing. Look at that. I mean, he's a beast, man. He is a beast. And that really sucks, man. Okay. Okay, come on. Okay. Hit that tier 3. And dead. Easy peasy with Namor. Now, if you go to higher stages, you're probably going to want to have anti-venom in there for some heals. But it really is a cakewalk with this guy. Now for the next team. We got Mr. Fantastic. Here we go. Change the strikers for him. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, so we're going to try to hit that 4. Hopefully don't trigger the proc. There we go. Get up our invincibility so we have some super armor from that third skill. And once we get that tier 3 off, all we got to do is make sure we time it. We just got to make sure we time it. Here we go. We got it. And now Quicksilver can't escape. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. He cannot escape those tier 3s, which is wonderful. On top of them being combat characters, on top of them having super armor. These guys are just amazing for this. Are they the best? Are they the most optimal? I mean, I think they are. But I mean, look, you got Mystique, you got Beta Ray Bill. There's other characters that can absolutely do this. But these are the ones that I opted to choose. Now for our Apocalypse. We'll use his strikers here. And Mr. Fantastic, he really does get undersold a lot, man. He's such a strong character. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. It is on. Come on, run from me again, punk. Oh, crap. I used my force skill, too. That sucks. That sucks. Okay. We're just going to use our tier 3. He can't escape. He can't escape. Alright, alright. The Abyss went up. Another thing about Apocalypse that's nice is he does have a heal. We're going to wait for all this to go away. And then we're going to try to get old boy. Okay, we're going to try to get the mind control on him. Now hit the tier 3. Oh, that bastard. He went to the next phase. What a little heifer. Oh, freaking Eye of Abyss. Okay. We'll get up our immunity from the 3rd skill so we don't take any damage. There we go. Boom. No problem. Had to do a little finagling. Quicksilver kind of slipped away from us a little bit there, but we ended up tearing him up. And you can see all of these characters can definitely go higher. No problem. Now for old Wolverine. Show some love to Wolvie. Here we go. And you got to make sure you hit your force skill first to get that ignore dodge. If you don't, you're going to be missing your attacks. So we're going to try to use Beast first. There we go. Come on, come on. Proc came way late. And something that is nice about this uniform is having that invincibility on that 3rd skill. That is pretty sweet. But you see, Wolverine's plowing through this pretty good. Now I got to make sure to use my tier 3. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Got my buff from that 5th skill. We're just going to use the 3rd skill here. There we go. Get the invincibility up. Even though we got that heal, them tornadoes are pretty deadly. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Come on. Get it done. Okay, now in the next phase. And something else to note is we're doing this without any mind control except for Apocalypse having that little bit of mind control from his 4th skill. Oh. See, now there that kind of sucked because Quicksilver got out of range from our tier 3. I actually timed that thing wrong anyways. But no big deal, no big deal. One thing about Wolvie, he's got crazy survivability. Okay, okay, run away, run away, run away, run away. Oh, we got frozen, we got frozen. Come on, come on, come on. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. There we go. And boom. See, that tier 3 just gets him while he's in that iframe. Took a little bit longer. He's, you know, Wolvie isn't as strong as these other characters, but still, you know, a minute, 20 seconds, yeah, he can definitely go quite a bit higher. And then last but not least, I've already showed Hawk off before, but we're going to do it again. Here we go. And like I said, you want all those ignore dodge strikers. Now, if he has a CTB of energy, you won't need as many. You know, you might have to finagle your strikers a little bit, depending on what kind of obelisk you have on your character. Now this is really nice because I can just hit that 3rd skill and we know we're not going to miss. Here we go. Come on. And boom! Look at that. Crazy power. Come on. And it's just nice with Hawk because he also has that debuff on his 3rd skill. It's pretty, I mean, he's really insane for this. Come on, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Get out of there. Come on, you little pecker. Gotcha. Oh, we didn't get you. There we go. And with the tier 3, you definitely want to kind of let it play out a little bit. That way you can get at him. There we go. Got him. Not bad, not bad. Hulk getting it done. So you can see it's easy with all of these teams. No problem. So let's throw out a couple honorable mentions here. So some honorable mentions is Red She-Hulk herself. She's absolutely amazing with her heals, with her damage, the fact she's combat. Sorry, buddy, not right now. And the fact that she has super armor. Abomination, the same thing. He's got the all defense down. He's crazy strong, self-buffing. She's self-buffing also with her leadership and with the heal, with the HP. He's just insane. She-Hulk's actually really good for this as well. Pretty cool that the gamma-powered characters are in this. And then a couple others is Juggernaut. He's the combat. He's got super armor. He's got damage accumulation. He's got all defense down. He's actually really good for it. Gladiator's wonderful because he also has all defense down. He also has damage accumulation, super armor. Very expensive, but he is good for it for sure. Sabretooth is good, but he doesn't have any super armor. He gets guard broken quite often. His strength is... he's undoubtedly strong, especially with his all defense down, especially when putting him with a different leadership. But you'll find, even with his heals, he's kind of difficult to keep alive sometimes. He gets caught in them tornadoes, he just starts getting guard broken, and he will die. And then some little wacky honorable mentions here. Cyclops here has 50% ignore dodge in his passive. Even though he'll be at a disadvantage, he can actually put in some work in here. He does have ignore iframe on his Tier 3, Doctor Strange and Scarlet are here for the same reason. Their crowd control is absolutely insane. You can just crowd control the Quicksilver, get behind him, and the Eye Abyss will never show up, so you can deal constant damage to them. Both of these characters will do really well against Quicksilver, even though they got the type disadvantage. And so will Professor X if you have him at Tier 3 for the same reason. So those are the characters that I use against Quicksilver. Let me know in the comments what characters you use, maybe if I missed one or forgot to mention one. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.